Hey, what's up YouTube? Sony India today showed us the brand new full frame mirrorless, the Sony Alpha A7R II. Now this is a successor of the very popular A7R. The A7R came with 36 megapixel sensor. This one has a brand new 42.4 megapixel sensor, but not only that, it is backside illuminated. In fact, it's the world's first BSI full frame sensor, 42.4 MP, and that came right after Canon has released its 50 MP behemoth called the Canon 5DS. Apart from that, this camera also records 4K internally at a maximum of 30 FPS. It also can record as 4K at XAVC format, but only a max of 24 FPS. Apart from those, it also supports full frame recording at 120 FPS and also has the brand new S-Log2 picture profile for the very good video gradings. The body here looks almost like the A7 II, which meaning that this is much heavier than the first generation of alpha full frame cameras like the A7 or even the A7R. If you have the A7R and if you have the A7R II, you will know that the A7R II looks significantly more substantial, and also it kind of increased on the weight. This one's about 633 gram and the A7R I think was less than 500 grams. So this also builds on that weight, but that has to do with what Sony promises, a much better lens mount here, which is sturdier and will even take the longest of lenses. Now we'll take a quick look at the hardware and the buttons all here, and then we'll talk about the user interface and some of the new features. It has the same magnesium alloy body, so it's definitely weather seal, and as I told you before, a sturdier lens mount. The button layouts and the form factor is almost identical to the A7 II, which meaning that on the front side you have a great grip and it's deeper than on the A7R and almost identical to the A7 II, which also increased the diameter or overall dimension of the camera as well. On the front side, obviously you have the full frame camera mount, your IR receiver and autofocus assistant, those kind of stuff. I have my the Zeiss 24mm 1.8 lens mounted on this, but this camera comes body only, so you can use any FE lenses, any E-mount lenses. You can also use a Sony's A-mount lens here, which is an adapter. On top button layouts, the ones on the back, right, all the button layouts and other things, the button construction quality is almost identical to the A7 II. Having said that, you get NFC and Wi-Fi, you get external mic and microphone jack. It also takes a battery that well, Sony rated it goes to, I think, between 250 to 300 shots. The mirrorless cameras generally have much less battery life than on a DSLR camera. Very sturdy body. You also have an articulated non-touchscreen 3-inch LCD monitor. It's not 270-degree articulating, but you can look at the monitor from below or from up, so that's good for a videographer. Other new features include 399 phase detection autofocus points plus 25 contrast detection autofocus points. Now, it's a full frame sensor. Remember, those 399 phase detection points cover the center 45% of the sensor, and your 25 contrast detection points should be laid around that outside the phase detection points. So, although you get 45% of the sensor covered by phase detection, but overall, phase detection plus contrast detection autofocus point layouts will cover approximately 67% of the full frame. That's, I think, one of the biggest AF coverage in any full frame cameras. Also, those 399 autofocus phase detection points enables the A7R II to use the A-mount Sony lenses with this new not new exactly, LAE3 adapter. Now, why that's special? That's special because, of course, you know that this is a mirrorless E-mount camera, so obviously you can use the full frame E-mount lenses or the E-mount lenses by default without any adapter on this one. However, to use the A-mount lenses, A-mount Sony lenses, which are generally used on the DSLR, Sony's SLT cameras, to be able to use these here with all the autofocus points, you had to use the LAE4 adapter before, because the E4 adapter had built-in autofocus points. But now, because of those phase detection points here, you can use the LAE3 adapter, which does not have its own autofocus point, but they will still work beautifully with all autofocus points on this one, which means that you have a much less cost of the adapter, plus also the compatibility basically has increased. In fact, many people have tried different brand of lenses, including Canon lenses, on this one with various adapters, and the autofocus work on those as well. Apart from that, you also have the in-body 5-axis stabilization, which Sony promises by CIPA standards will give you up to 4.5 stop of advantages. Now we're going to see that because this guy supports great ISO level, so we'll have to see that under low light as well. Okay, now that is a quick overview of the brand new Sony Alpha A7R II. It looks very, very promising, and it's creating huge ripples world over. I'm going to take some shot with an FE lens and also an A mount lens, and you know, you might want to check out the image and video samples right after this, and let us know what you think. Yeah, ciao.